Hi there yogis, welcome to Two Birds. I'm Fiona and today's class is dedicated to creating physical and mental focus through movement, breath and balance. 45-minute flow, hope you enjoy. Namaste. And beginning your practice at the back of your mat, either kneeling or sitting in a comfortable cross-legged seat and resting your hands in your lap. Taking just a few moments to allow yourself to land and create a little bit of space between anything that you were doing before you started your practice and this moment right now. Gently shutting down the eyes and relaxing into your seat. Chin lightly draws in toward your chest. And settling your gaze steady, focus toward your third eye, between the eyebrows and in toward the center of your head. And take 3 full deep breaths in and out. Exaggerating your out breath just as a way of clearing out and settling, gathering your attention. Quietening the body, softening your shoulders. And taking one more deep breath in and out. And gently blinking the eyes open and making your way into child's pose. So if you're kneeling, taking your knees to the corner edges of your mat, bringing your big toes together, and if you're cross-legged, just rocking over your legs and settling in. Buttocks to the heels, reaching your arms forward, taking your little fingers to the edges of your mat, spreading all your fingers, extending through your arms and resting your head heavy on the mat. Directing your breath into the back body here. Imagining you breathing the entire length of your spine from your tailbone all the way up to the back of your skull. Feeling your ribs expand, your back broaden. And as you breathe out, allow your belly to soften between the thighs. And this is your rest pose, so if you need to do less anytime during the class, returning here and joining back in the flow whenever you're ready. As you feel yourself breathing, coming up onto all fours and keeping your hips balanced over your knees hip width apart. Extend your arms forward and come into the shape of a modified downward dog. Walk your hands forward and they might reach over the edge of the mat there, that's okay. Take your hands quite wide. And again, rest your forehead toward the mat or let it hover. Heart opening pose, Anahatanasana. Widening across your chest, broadening across your back. Tilting your sit bones toward the ceiling, hollowing out through your belly, pressing down through your shins and all of your toes. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, just melt down onto the mat, onto your forearms. Slide your elbows a little forward of your shoulders. Forearms parallel, fingers spread, palms face down, and set up for Sphinx pose. Your feet can be hip width apart here, all 10 toes pressing down into the mat, activating the leg muscles. And as you breathe in, draw your chest forward through your arms, finding a uniform arch through your spine, just waking up gently, bringing some extension to the spine. And keeping a long, unwrinkled feeling through the back of your neck. One more deep breath in. Exhale, down to the floor. Take your hands around your ribs, elbows tucking in, engaging through your abdominal muscles. Roll up onto all fours and press back to downward facing dog. Maintain a bend in the knees. Extend long through your arms. Draw your chest back toward your thighs. So your shins are almost parallel with the floor here. You're just taking the hamstrings, the calves out of the equation so you can elongate the spine, finding an elegant length through the sides of your waist, through the armpit area, and then through your arms, down to the knuckles of your fingers. And just slowly start to pedal out through your heels. And just beginning to cultivate a rhythmic breath. Equal part inhale, equal part exhale. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. And if you're familiar here with an ujjayi breath, breathing with sound, inviting some warmth into the interior space of your body. And just settle in now, reach your heels heavy, straightening the legs in your comfortable range of motion, engaging through your thighs, and take one more deep breath in and out. And go ahead, step your toes together here at the back of the mat. We'll start to flow, warming up the hip flexors. Take the toes together and then reach your right leg up and back as you breathe in. And as you exhale, step your right foot forward in between your hands. Take the left knee to the floor. When you're steady, reach your arms alongside your ears, extending through the side of the waist. Exhale, take the hands to the floor and step lightly forward, bringing your toes together at the top edge of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale to fold over the legs, softening the knees as you flow. Inhale for chair pose, bringing the weight back into your heels, reach your arms, extending and opening, brightening into the chest. As you feel yourself breathe out, fold over the legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, coming up halfway. And as you exhale, step your right foot back, take a long stride, soften your right knee to the floor. Inhale, arms rise as you breathe in. Exhale, your hands to the floor, frame your front foot, step back, plank pose, top of your push-up and pause. Keep your gaze forward, your heels reaching back, the front of your body engaged. Deep breath in here. Exhale, soften the knees to the floor, lower your chest and chin all the way to the floor, setting up for Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Inhale, a mild arch through your spine with your legs engaged. And exhale, firm belly, rolling back, downward facing dog. Toes come together at the back of your mat. Left leg rising as you breathe in. Exhale, step the left foot forward in between your hands as you breathe out. Right knee softens down, arms rise as you breathe in. Exhale, fingertips to the floor, stepping forward, top edge of your mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold Uttanasana. Bend your knees, weight in your heels, chair pose as you breathe in. Exhale and fold over your legs as you breathe out. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step your left foot back, a long stride, left knee to the floor. Inhale, arms overhead alongside your ears. Exhale, hands to the floor, step quietly back, plank pose, top of your push-up. Knees, chest and chin to the floor as you breathe out. Inhale for a low baby back bend as you breathe in. Roll back on your exhale, long exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. Keeping an even tempo to your breath. Extending long through your arm bones. And extending through to the edge of your heels, through the back of your legs. Bring your toes together here at the back of the mat. Reach your right leg up and back and aiming to keep your hips as level as possible. Right foot forward now into a high lunge. Right foot over in the right lane, arms rise as you breathe in. Hands to the floor as you breathe out, stepping forward lightly to the top edge of the mat. Bring your big toes together. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold Uttanasana. Bend the knees, chair pose as you breathe in. Exhale and refold Uttanasana. Inhale, send the heart forward, straight legs, flat back. Exhale, step your right foot back and find your high lunge. Steady as you go, arms rise, steady gaze, holding your focus. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, high push-up. Low push-up, modify if you like here, knees, chest, chin, or a full push-up, upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. Toes together at the back of your mat. Left leg rises as you breathe in, hips level. Exhale, step the left foot forward in between your hands. Coming on up, breathing in, arms rise, expanding across your chest. Exhale, hands to the floor, frame your front foot, go ahead, step forward, top edge of the mat. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale and fold Uttanasana. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Exhale and refold Uttanasana. Inhale, coming up halfway, extending your spine. As you exhale, left foot stepping back, high lunge, holding your balance, reach the arms, breathing in. Exhale, your hands to the floor, stepping back, high push-up, low push-up, upward dog or cobra, just warming up. Exhale, downward facing dog to rest. 5 deep breaths. Feet set up hip distance apart, your hands just check in, shoulder width apart. Plug down through all the knuckles of your fingers, especially the index finger and thumb. So you just take the heat out of your wrists, leaning your body weight back. Sit bones point high toward the ceiling. You're breathing deep and smooth. And bring your toes together here at the back of your mat. Raise your right leg up and back as you breathe in. A core lunge in the air as you breathe out. Right knee in toward your nose, round your spine, push into the hands. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. And as you exhale, step quietly, lightly forward into a high lunge. Right foot over in the right lane, arms rise as you breathe in. Pause here as you breathe out. Getting steady. Finding a steady focus for your gaze. And see if you can find a little bit of lightness, length in your upper body through the reach of your arms. Strong and steady in your legs. Front of the pelvis lifts in and up. And keep the weight in your right heel and step to a balance, hugging your left knee in toward your chest. Stand tall, straightening through the right leg, firming through the belly, extending your tailbone down toward the ground. Deep breath in. As you exhale, left foot down next to the right foot, bend the knees, find chair pose, Utkatasana, reaching your arms. Stay here as you breathe out. Inhale here. And as you exhale, balance on your left foot now, catch your right knee in toward your chest, stand tall through the left leg. Keep your steady focus, your attention. And stepping back with your right foot now, come into Warrior One. Take a long stride, perhaps shifting the left foot over into the left lane to find comfort in your low back spine. Arms reach alongside your ears, sharpening your back leg and feeling the outer edge of your right foot anchored on the mat. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale, hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. Staying upright, take a big breath in, open through your chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and as you breathe out, fold halfway down over the midline of your front leg. Find length through your spine, so the back of your skull is in one straight line to your tailbone, crown of the head reaching forward, your fists reaching back, shoulder heads lifting up away from the mat. Lunge just a little deeper without losing the firmness in your back leg. Push down through your front foot, release your arms, come all the way up, Warrior One, reach up, And as you exhale, flow, hands to the floor, step quietly back, plank pose. Exhale, low push-up, chaturanga, upward dog or cobra, and downward facing dog. Breathe deep, smooth, and reset. Feeling your breath move your ribs, and allow your breath to soothe you. Second side, toes together at the back of your mat. Raise your left leg slowly up and back as you breathe in. Left knee in toward your nose as you breathe out. Inhale, reach your left leg up and back, keeping your hips level. And as you exhale, step forward, left foot over in the left lane for your high lunge. So we're opening up the hip flexors here, strengthening the capacity of your lungs. Breathe in, reach the arms up alongside your ears once you have your steadiness. You can always modify here with your hands at your hips, lowering the center of gravity. Just find your balance today, your focus. And balancing on your left foot now, go ahead, hug your right knee in toward your chest. Stand tall at the top edge of your mat. Simple asymmetrical balance. Breath will become just a little bit shorter, a little bit more efficient. Lowering your right foot next to your left foot, sink the hips, drop your buttocks back, chair pose, breathe in, reach your arms. Stay here as you exhale. Take a full breath in here. And then balancing on your right foot, catch your left knee in toward your chest, stand tall through your right leg, extending through your spine and right up to the crown of your head. Holding steady. And as you breathe out, step your left foot back a good long stride and find Warrior One, Virabhadrasana One. Arms rise overhead alongside your ears. Keep a little space between the earlobes and your shoulders. Widen across your upper back. Allow your hips to sink down in your comfortable range of motion. Keep your back legs super straight. Deep breath in here. Exhale, wind the hands behind the back, interlace your fingers. Staying upright, breathe in. And as you breathe out, forward fold over the midline of your front leg. Try to avoid your back leg going slack here. Keep it steady, it'll hold your balance. Crown of the head reaching forward, chin lightly tucks in. Feeling for length through the sides of your waist. Gentle stretch through the shoulders. Next breath in, pushing down through your front foot, reach the arms, stretch tall. And flow, hands to the floor. A Vinyasa or downward dog if you need to do less. Upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Taking 5 deep breaths, soothing breaths, calming breaths. Breathing deep. Eyes steady. Next round here, toes together at the back of your mat. Raise your right leg up and back as you breathe in. Take a core lunge in the air as you breathe out, right knee in toward your nose. Inhale, reach your right leg up and back. And as you exhale, glide forward, Warrior Two now, right foot in between your hands. Help it along if it doesn't quite make it there. Left leg straight and unwinding the arms out to a T. And just checking in, making sure you're not leaning forward or back. Spine is straight up and down. Crown of the head balanced over your pelvis. Your gaze falls steady, focused over your right middle finger. Right toes track forward, along with your knee. Keep your legs where they are. Inhale, reverse your warrior here. Reach the right arm up and back and find a lateral stretch through the right side of your waist. And as you exhale, right forearm to your right knee. Left arm straight up toward the sky. Side angle pose, Parsvakonasana. Feeling your inner groin stretch toward your right knee. Feeling your left leg strong and straight. A cave in the arch of your back foot. Holding steady, breathing deep. Take a deep breath in here. And as you exhale, frame your front foot, send the gaze down. Slightly more challenging balance coming up. You're going to balance on your right foot. Hug your left knee in toward the right knee. And with a strong, firm belly, come all the way up to stand. Left knee in toward your chest. Straightening through the right leg. And finding tree pose from here. Left knee externally rotates. Left foot can sit on your inner upper thigh or below your knee, or tap the toe to the floor. If you need to reset, just do whatever you need to stay focused. Stay as steady as you can. Hands to your heart. Once you have your steadiness, just widening across your collarbones, softening through the shoulders. Finding space in your upper body. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, left foot down next to the right foot, come into chair pose, bend your knees, sit your weight back and reach the arms. Stay here as you exhale. Deep breath in. Balance on your left foot, hug your right knee in and up toward your chest. Stand tall through your left leg now. And as you breathe out, step the right foot back and find Warrior Two. Just here to transition, no need to take a really long stride. Just find your center. And as you breathe in, straighten through your front leg, engage the muscles through the top of your thighs and hinge out over your front leg for Trikonasana, triangle pose. Left hand down just below the knee to your shin or the floor, depending on your flexibility. Send the right hand straight up. And if it's comfortable for you next, spin the gaze up to the tip of your right thumb. Extend the crown of your head forward, lengthening through both sides of your waist. And whatever shape you're making in your body now, just making sure it feels sustainable so your breath stays smooth. Pushing down through your feet, take one more deep breath in. And exhale, eyes down, little bend in the front knee, land the hands. Stepping back through your Vinyasa, high push-up, low push-up, building strength. Upward dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. Feet hip width apart, just gently spiraling your inner upper thighs inwards so your heels turn out lightly and you find some space in your low back spine. Breathing smooth. Bring your toes together here at the back of your mat. Reach your left leg up and back as you breathe in. Draw your left knee in toward your nose as you breathe out. Inhale, reach up and back. And as you exhale, step forward lightly in between your hands, coming into Warrior Two, Virabhadrasana 2. Opening your arms out wide to a T. And these standing poses are very energizing, toning for the leg muscles, and stamina and endurance building. Softening your shoulders, keeping an equal engagement through your legs, through your arms. Keep the legs where they are. Inhale as you reverse, reach the left arm up and back, lifting the ribs away from the left side hip. And as you exhale, make your way into side angle, left forearm to your left knee, right arm straight up toward the ceiling, extending through both sides of your waist. Sharpening your back leg so it feels strong, it's holding you steady. Gaze is soft and focused. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, both fingertips to the floor to flank your front foot. You're balancing on your left foot now. Draw your right knee in toward your left knee and making your way all the way up. If you can, stay steady. Right knee in toward your chest and making your way into Vrksasana, tree pose. Placing your right foot either above or below your knee and finding your balance. And these simple asymmetrical postures are very good for strengthening and toning your postural muscles. Just making sure you're hugging in and around the belly area just to support yourself. Hugging the muscles in around your center of gravity, holding a steady gaze. Deep breath in here. Exhale, right foot down next to your left, bend the knees. Find Utkatasana, chair pose, reach your arms. Staying here as you exhale. Balancing on your right foot now. Gently start to straighten the right leg and draw your left knee in toward your chest. And stepping back to Warrior Two. Landing your left foot, opening the arms out wide, just here to transition. Getting steady in the legs, right toes turn forward. Inhale, straighten your right leg. And as you exhale, hinge out over the midline of your right leg, taking your right hand down, any amount down the right leg. Aiming to stay long and unwrinkled through the sides of your waist. Left and right side of the waist parallel. Left hand reaches up, your gaze can spin up to the tip of the left thumb. Taking a couple of smooth breaths, pushing down through your feet, activating the leg muscles. Deep breath in here. Exhale, both hands to the floor, frame your front foot and flow. Stepping back, high push-up. Your low push-up, modified if you like here. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. 5 deep breaths. And if you need to do less here, please feel free to take your knees to the floor, your buttocks to your heels. Just allowing yourself to reset, realign your spine. Quietly breathing. And placing a bend in your knees here, just go ahead, walk your hands back to your feet there at the back of the mat. Taking an easy forward fold, your feet set up a hip width apart. Bend the knees deeply and drape your torso over your thighs, catch opposite elbows. And if it feels good, a little sway side to side, just here for a couple of breaths. Releasing your hands to the floor, hanging in ragdoll. And then as you breathe in, straighten the legs, flatten out through your spine, look forward. And as you breathe out, keeping the heels heavy, walk your hands forward to the top edge of the mat, making your way back into downward facing dog. Perhaps taking slightly longer stride, really elongating through the back of your body, finding length and space. Taking one more deep breath in. And as you exhale, lower your knees to the floor and your buttocks to your heels. We'll come into child's pose. Take a couple of breaths. Hands can wind back toward your feet, or you can keep your arms outstretched. See if you can just relax your effort through the shoulders, unhinging your jaw. Notice if you can relax even more, perhaps even pressing your forehead into the mat. And then reaching your arms forward, lifting your buttocks and coming onto your forearms. Set your forearms parallel with one another so your thumbs are wide away from one another. And then lifting the knees, raising your buttocks and making your way into dolphin pose. So dolphin pose is a lovely upper body strengthener. We won't be here for long. Hang in there. You might like to shorten your stance, perhaps the feet walk a little closer toward your face. Keep your head hovering, your neck relaxed, so your head's just dropping. Pointing the sit bones up toward the ceiling and getting heavy in your heels, pushing away through your forearms. And then placing a bend in the knees, send your gaze forward between your forearms and spring to plank, just lifting the forearms up. Your shoulders should land right above the wrists, and if you need to adjust, walk your feet back, finding plank pose. From here, step the toes together, some cross-legged mountain climbs here, not too many, but great for your core muscles and your upper body. Right knee over to your left elbow there, step back, left knee over to your right elbow. So you're working your oblique muscles, start to switch, alternate, breathe out each time the knee comes in, firm in the belly, push the hands away. So you're standing on your hands, everything you've got in contact with the mat pushes away. Last one, each side. Back to plank pose, lift the hips up and back and find downward dog to rest. Deep breath in and out. Next breath in, ripple forward to a high push-up and separate your feet wide here. Coming into side plank, going to spin the heels to your left, balance on your left hand, and slowly, gradually take the right hand up toward the sky. So you're just taking a little bit of the balance challenge out of this pose, but it doesn't make it any easier. But you do want to spread the effort through your body. Lift the left side hip up away from the mat, engage the legs, flex your toes. Deep breath in here. Exhale, right arm overhead and land lightly, both hands to the floor. Back to plank pose. Widen the feet, spin your heels to your right and balance on your right hand. Left hand skywards, tailbone lengthening toward your heels. Firm belly, right side waist lifting up and away from the mat. Left arm stretching over, find a lateral stretch, nearly there, stick with it. Eyes down, hands down, and downward facing dog, hips up and back, heels heavy, arms straight and strong. 3 deep breaths, quietly breathing, smoothing out the rhythm of your breath. A rest coming up, folks. A little bend in the knees and walk yourself lightly forward to the top edge of your mat. Just a complementary stretch here for your wrists. Feet are hip width apart. And sliding your hands, palms of your hands underneath the soles of your feet. Bend the knees deeply, and then gently rock your weight forward, big toes toward the wrist creases, and then lift up through your hands so you find a feeling of length through the back of your wrists. Head hangs heavy, torso on the thighs so you're not pulling on your low back spine, just feeling comfortable. One more deep breath in and exhale, release, walking off the hands, separating your feet nice and wide here. Turn your big toes out and your heels in. Sit down on the back of your legs and come into Malasana Yogi Squat. So if your knees don't like deep flexion, just stay a little bit more elevated here, no problem. Otherwise, hands to your heart, your elbows to your inner knees. And you can just sway a little side to side if it feels good. Stretch should feel sweet through the inner thighs. And see if you can just lift the ribs a little away from your hips there so you find a little bit more length through your spine. You can drop your chin in lightly toward your chest, stretching all the way through to the back of your neck. And then from here, we are going to make our way down onto our backs. So just popping down onto your buttocks, perhaps moving yourself to the middle of your mat. and resting back on your back and hugging your knees in toward your chest. Take a little rock side to side. Massage through the low back spine. There's no rush here. We're just slowing everything down, doing some nice counter stretches, having worked the legs. We'll stretch out now. And just placing your feet on the floor, we'll set up for bridge pose. Feet set up hip distance apart and your heels quite close to your buttocks. Feet a little bit pigeon-toed. Arms alongside your body. Take a deep breath in. Just send your arms overhead, any amount there. Stretch out through the front of your body. Let your spine arch. And as you breathe out, bring your hands forward to the floor. Flatten out through the low back spine. Next breath in, lifting the hips and aiming to keep your thighs parallel and finding bridge pose. Your hands can just stay alongside your body, or if you'd like just a little bit more of a lift and you're feeling comfortable in your low back, placing your fingers around the edges of the mat or interlacing your fingers underneath you, squeezing the shoulder blades together and lifting up, opening through your chest. And finding a deep, full breath, expanding through your ribs, engaging your hamstrings. Deep breath in here. And as you exhale, slowly peel down. And we're going to come up for another bridge. So if you didn't feel comfortable in that last one, just walk your feet away a little bit. And when you come up, just keep vision of your knees. So you just have a lower back bend, still working the muscles either side of your spine. If you'd like a stronger version there, walk your heels a little closer toward your buttocks. Or if you're familiar with wheel pose, making your way into a wheel pose. Deep breath in, send your arms overhead. And as you exhale, hands to the floor, flatten out through the low back. Keeping that shape through the low back, breathing in, lifting the hips. And just pausing there. So try to avoid gripping in your buttocks, but you do want to feel some engagement there in the low buttocks and through the hamstrings. So you're supporting the lift in your body. Press evenly down into your shoulder blades along with your feet. And find an even tempo to your breath. Breath will naturally be a little bit shorter here. Keeping your gaze focused. Your attention steady. Deep breath in. And exhale, peel down. When you arrive, go ahead, hug your knees in toward your chest. Take your knees a little wider than your hips. And a little rock side to side. Perhaps some circles through your low back spine to release and decompress. And taking your feet to the floor here, I'm going to come into a twist pose, recline twist. So if you are feeling comfortable through your low back, go ahead, wrap your right leg over the top of your left leg. If you're feeling a little tweaky in the low back spine, just keep the knees together. You're going to lift the buttocks and send the knees over to your right. And at the same time, just shift your hips back to, take your knees over to the left and take your hips over to your right, keeping your spine in one straight line. Arms open out wide to a T, shoulders soft behind you, your arms relaxed. And complete the twist by sending your gaze out over your right fingertips. Feel free to close your eyes. Progressing toward the end of your practice, allowing your body to calm. Your breath to smooth and slow down. One more deep breath in. And as you exhale, firm your belly, roll all the way back up. Hug your knees in toward your chest just to reset. Make sure you're straight and tall through your spine. And then take the feet back to the floor. Wrap your left leg over the top of your right leg, or just stack your knees. And then lifting the buttocks, sending your knees over to your right, your hips back to your left. Opposite side twist. Wide through the collarbones. Palms can be face up or face down. See if you can just relax your shoulders without forcing your knees over. And if you haven't already, send the gaze out over your left fingertips. Allow your legs to relax. And taking one more deep breath in. Exhale, firm your belly, supporting your low back spine as you come back up. Unravel the legs and hug your knees in toward your chest. And again, a few circles through your low back spine. Or a little rock side to side. And taking your right foot to the floor here, extend your left leg up toward the ceiling. And interlacing your fingers behind the back of your left leg, reaching your left heel toward the ceiling, and keeping the natural curvature through your spine so you can still feel a little hollow in your low back spine and through the back of your neck. If you feel like you can go a little deeper, right leg can extend out straight, both toes are flexed. And you feel relaxed in your upper body, softening your jaw, keeping your legs active, upper body soft. And then from here, just going to bend your left knee, catch a hold on the outside edge of your left foot for half happy baby, drawing your left knee down toward your armpit without forcing it. Right knee can bend here if it feels too strong for you, or keep your right leg extended, your toes flexed. And one more deep breath in. Exhale, hug both knees in, reset. And then left foot to the floor, right heel to the ceiling, catching a hold behind the back of your right leg. And you can catch a hold either behind the hamstring or behind the calf, just depending on your flexibility. Of course, a big toe bind is always optional here. If you've got nice long hamstrings, but try and stay comfortable. You're just winding down now. No over effort. Left leg can extend out straight, legs scissoring away from one another. And just taking it into a half happy baby. Hands to the outside of your right foot, right knee bends toward your right armpit. Left knee could bend here if that feels more accessible for you. And release as you feel yourself breathe out. Hug the knees in toward your chest. And slipping your hands behind the back of your knees, take 3 rock and rolls to make your way all the way back up to sit. Floating the legs out overhead, a little momentum as you roll up. Just rolling the entire length of your spine. And coming all the way back up to sit. Extend both legs out straight here. Easy forward fold, so separate your feet so they're hip distance apart with your toes flexed. Back of the legs pressing into the mat. Even on your sit bones, reach the arms up alongside your ears. Find length through the side waist. And then folding forward, hugging your navel back toward your spine. And just reminding yourself, no over effort here, just a comfortable, relaxed forward fold. One more deep breath in and out. And relax. Making your way either into a seated meditation, just spending the last few minutes here sitting quietly, or resting back in Shavasana. As you rest back, lay yourself in one straight line. Let your feet fall out to the sides. Turn your palms face up to the side of your body. And rest your eyes closed. Letting go of all your effort now. Emptying and spreading your weight into the support of your mat. And allow yourself to linger here for a few minutes, soaking in the essence of your practice. And as your body relaxes, your mind stays sharp and alert, holding your focus. Aware of your body relaxing and all the sensations. And yogis, thank you for joining. Have a great day. Namaste.